Hi guys, is any one of you going through a hard time, having a bad day for whatever reason? Or you might just be feeling a bit cranky, lousy, blue? Don't worry, we all experience that. Think of life as a cycle. There are always good days and bad days. Good days don't last forever. It is always interrupted by some sorts of problems. But the good news is, so are those problematic days. There are always good days after hard days pass. It's just how it is. That's the inescapable cycle of life to everybody, whether we like it or not. But think of it this way. As a human being, if there are no struggles at all, it's very hard for a human being to be genuinely humble and genuinely appreciate the good things given in life. And likewise with the good days. If there are no good days, it's very hard for us to have hopes. And hope being realized is one of the best feelings in the world. And hope is what makes people keep on going, keep on living, no matter how uncertain the current situation seems to be like. So life is a beautiful thing if there is an appropriate balance between the two. Regardless though, it is hard to deny the fact that external situation does affect our mood to a certain degree. But it is totally up to us to decide if we're gonna prolong that bad mood and let it influence our life in a negative way, or break out from that bad mood as fast as we can and return to a better state of mind, which will have a much better impact on our productivity, your relationship with other people, whatnot, and that all depend on how you react to that situation or that feeling and what you do about it. Many of us are tempted to stay dormant or stay comfortable whenever depression or sad feelings strike us because our brain is used to thinking that staying comfortable, finding the easy way out will ease the pain. But haven't we all experienced that is not the case? Momentarily, maybe yes, but in the long term, it actually worsens it. And the more you rely on that habit of getting instant gratification, like sleep it out, drink it out, sex it out, indulge it out, the harder it becomes for you to break out from that habitual cycle. Which means even after that bad mood goes away after a few while, when it comes back again, you're gonna want to rely on that temporary feeling of ease, and that cycle will go on and on unless you become really determined and start making conscious effort to break out from that mental cycle. So you have to be proactive and change the way you react to unpleasant situation, unpleasant feeling, long enough so that it becomes part of your habit, your thinking habit, reacting habit, and habit meaning that it becomes a part of your character, that you just do it without having to make forced effort to do it. As difficult as it might sound, there are actually 5 simple ways that could help you feel better and get back up when you're feeling down in a more effective and faster way. And before we get into it, I want you to remember this quote from one and only the legend Tony Robbins. He says, "We can master our emotional states with a specific way of how we use our body, focus, and language." So the questions you should be asking to change your mental states are, how are my postures right now? What am I focusing on right now? What words am I using to describe my current situation and other people? And the following tips will help you answer those questions. So let's begin. First tip is to journal or write down your thoughts. Just like our body can be trained, our emotion can be trained as well to be stronger. And the first step to be emotionally stronger is coming to terms with your own emotional vulnerability and not to be too ashamed of your insecurity, feelings, or whatever circumstances you're going through. The best way to do this is to know more clearly how you're feeling, what is happening in your mind, by writing down everything you feel. And the most important part is this: don't filter out anything. This way you can see your feelings and emotions as it actually is, not what you want to think it is. Are you angry at someone? Are you sad, disappointed, jealous? Are you ashamed? Do you feel guilty or hopeless? Write them all down. And based on what you wrote, try to shift your perspective and look at it in a more positive light. One good way could be to find something to be grateful for. To give you one of my own examples, one day I was feeling really down after receiving hateful personal messages from some strangers. So I wrote them all down on my diary. And writing them down, I realized my mind was focused on haters when I have more than 100 subscribers and people around me who support me and like my videos. So I went through all the positive comments and messages again to feel more encouraged and forget about those haters. And it worked. And it happened to be that same day when this one woman of my inspiration added me on Facebook. And that just made me appreciate her more, and I felt even happier than I would have been if it were not for those haters. It is also a scientifically proven fact that when people put their emotional upheaval into words, their physical and mental health improves markedly. Writing accesses the left hemisphere of the brain, which is analytical and rational. While your left brain is occupied while writing, your right brain is free to do what it does best, which is to create, intuit, and feel. In this way, writing removes mental blocks and allows us to use more of our brain power and to better understand ourselves and the world around us. Second is to listen to 432 Hz music. Music helps you stay focused and retain peace of mind, but not any kinds of music. 432 Hz music is a magic number in music, and it is scientifically proven to be a pure tone of math fundamental to nature and mathematically consistent with the universe, which means listening to music that has been tuned to 432 would make your body and mind resonate in a natural way, helping you feel more at ease and think with more calmness and peace even in hard circumstances. I'll put the link in the description box to 432 Hz music that I like to listen to every day. Third is to change your motion, because how you move your body affects your mood. Two good ways are definitely dancing. You don't have to be a really good dancer though to dance. You can just flow with the music, but the crazier it gets, the better. And second is working out. The more intense, the better, but of course within your capability. The number of muscles in our body varies from around 640 to 850, including face muscles. And the more dynamic your motion is, the more muscles you use. And the more muscles you use, the more happy hormones such as endorphin and dopamine get produced, which means you get to feel happier. You can also start by stretching out wide, taking wide steps, or laughing out loud. Fourth tip is to make conscious effort to do one good thing that you found kind of hard to do previously without telling anyone. There could be a variety. It could be donating money, sending your books, clothes to charity. It could be giving anonymous gifts or letters to a friend. It could be picking up trash on the street. Those little things that we call little, but if we think about it, we don't really find it easy to do unless we make conscious effort to do it. And why you shouldn't tell that to anyone is because our ego wants to do a good thing merely because we want to get recognition from other people. Don't do it for other people to know that you did it, but for your soul to know that you did the right thing. Don't let your ego be proud of what you did, but your soul be proud. Those two have different feelings, and I promise the pleasantness that comes from the latter, it's much longer lasting and fulfilling. And on a side note, one good way to like and love yourself more is to maintain your integrity and do the right thing, whatever that means to you, when no one else is watching. If you rely on recognition for your self-worth, it is the most debilitating to your self-confidence. And seriously, the less you are confident about yourself, the less you're certain about yourself, the harder it becomes for you to overcome such negative feeling. Last but not least, give compliments and say something nice and sweet to other people, to your friends, to your coworkers, random people on the street, to anyone. And when people are feeling lousy and upset, they're more tempted to be mean and say mean things to other people. But that's when you lose control over your emotion and let the emotion take control over you. And the more you give in to your negative state of mind, the more it builds on itself. So to prevent it from creating this big, giant anger, hatred, depression inside you, you have to take control of it in the first place. And it can start simple. You can simply start by using your mouth and say something good, nice to other people. And I'm not talking about flattery here, because flattery and compliments are obviously different things. You use flattery because you have other intentions than to make the other person feel happy. But compliments are genuine. You compliment other people because you genuinely find something to be a good strength in them, and everybody has more than one or two strengths. So if you pay closer attention to other people and be more willing, giving compliments is not a difficult thing to do at all. And the more you build on a habit of finding good in other people and saying nice things, the more it becomes a habit in you finding humor and bright sides in any situation given, which is crucial to having an optimistic character. So those were the 5 tips that I used to make me feel better. Hope you found it helpful. And before I wrap up, I want all of you to remember this quote: you are your choices. If you choose to make effort to feel good and see things in a more bright, optimistic perspective, even when things are going hard and you are feeling really down, you will be a much stronger and optimistic person, which is crucial to having a happy life. So be kind to yourself, don't take all too seriously, and remember to smile along the way. Thanks for watching, guys.